Have you ever set out to form a new habit, only to see it fall apart after a few days? Whether it's working out, eating healthier, or waking up earlier, most people start strong but quickly give up. Why? Is it because we lack willpower? Or is there something deeper going on? In today's video, we're going to explore why the infamous 21-day habit challenge is not enough. And more importantly, what you can do to succeed in building lasting habits. Hi, I'm Newfail and welcome to the channel. If you're tired of setting goals that you never follow through on, or if you've ever felt frustrated by how hard it is to change your habits, you're in the right place. Today, we're not just talking about setting goals, we're talking about how to make those goals stick, turning them into long-lasting habits. So, grab a pen, take some notes, and get ready to transform the way you think about habits. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why 21 days isn't the magic number for habit formation, and I'm going to show you proven strategies to break through the barriers and actually make your habits stick. Ready to take control of your habits? Let's get started. We've all heard it. It only takes 21 days to form a habit. Sounds simple, right? But what if I told you that it's not the truth? In fact, 21 days is a lie that's been perpetuated for decades, based on a study from the 1960s by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who observed that it took his patients around 21 days to adjust to their new appearance after surgery. However, building a habit is about more than just adjusting to a new external feature. It's about rewiring your brain to make a new behavior automatic. Research by Dr. Philippa Lally at the University College London found that, on average, it takes 66 days to form a habit, not 21. But here's the thing. Everyone's brain is different, and some habits take even longer to stick. The timeline can vary, especially when it comes to habits that involve more complex behaviors or emotional changes. Why 21 days can lead to failure? The problem with the 21-day myth is that it sets us up for failure. If you don't see a change by day 21, you might start feeling discouraged, like you've failed. But the truth is, the journey to lasting change is longer than that. The key is understanding that the brain needs more than just repetition. It needs time to reinforce the neural pathways that support the behavior. Without patience, you can't expect permanent change in just 3 weeks. One of the biggest reasons why people fail in forming habits is because they overestimate how quickly the process will happen. You think that you'll be able to wake up at 5 a.m. every day after just 1 week, but in reality, that's a huge leap. Instead, the best approach is to start small and scale up gradually. For example, if you're trying to exercise daily, don't commit to an hour a day from the start. Aim for 10 to 15 minutes, then increase the duration as your body and mind adjust. Take the example of someone who wants to eat healthier. They decide to go on a strict diet, cutting out all sugar and carbs, only to feel deprived after a few days. That feeling of deprivation can trigger cravings, and they end up falling off track. Instead, a better strategy would be to gradually reduce processed foods and make healthier swaps, like choosing fruits over sweets or whole grain pasta instead of white. Lack of immediate results. Another reason people fail is the absence of immediate results. Building a habit doesn't provide instant gratification. For example, if you start working out, you won't see a six-pack after a week. But that's okay. The results of habit formation are often subtle, and they build over time. It's important to remember that habits work like compound interest. You may not see the benefits right away, but they accumulate the more you practice. Have you ever fallen into the trap of the all-or-nothing mentality? You start with high expectations. I'm going to work out every day this week. And then you miss one day and give up entirely. Let me tell you, perfectionism is the enemy of progress. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. If you miss a day, that's okay. Just get back on track the next day.
How to break the 21-day cycle. Start small. The first step to success is starting small. When you start with tiny habits, it's easier to build momentum. You're not asking too much of yourself in the beginning, which makes it much more likely that you'll stick with it. For example, let's say you want to meditate. Start with just 2 minutes a day. Over time, you can increase the time as it becomes part of your routine. Example of starting small. Imagine this.
Instead of saying, I want to exercise for an hour every day, try committing to just 10 minutes of movement a day. Maybe it's a quick walk, some stretching, or a short workout. The point is that by starting small, you build the habit without overwhelming yourself. Create a routine. Routine is everything when it comes to building lasting habits. If you can make something part of your daily routine, it becomes automatic. For example, if you want to drink more water, make it a habit to drink a glass of water every time you sit down to eat. Or if you want to read more, set a time every day, maybe before bed or during your lunch break. Track your progress. Tracking progress is a powerful tool that keeps you accountable. Use a habit tracker, journal, or app to mark your daily wins. When you see a streak of days where you've stuck to your habit, it's much easier to stay motivated. Tracking not only shows you how far you've come, but also helps you stay consistent. Example of tracking. Let's say you're building the habit of reading. You could track your reading time by using a journal, noting down how many pages you read each day. Seeing that progress will make you want to continue. Accountability. Having someone to hold you accountable makes a huge difference. Share your goals with a friend, join a group, or even post your progress online. When you have someone else rooting for you, it helps you stay on track. Plus, you'll feel more motivated to continue your habit when others are watching. Celebrate milestones. Don't wait until you've reached the finish line to celebrate. Celebrate small victories along the way. Maybe you've completed your habit for a week, or you've hit a personal best in your workout. Whatever it is, take time to appreciate your progress. Shifting your mindset, the power of mindset. Let's talk about mindset. The way you view your habit-building process can have a massive impact on your success. If you approach habits with a should-do mentality, it will feel like a chore. But when you shift to a get-to-do mentality, it becomes a privilege. Instead of thinking, I have to work out, try thinking, I get to work out because it makes me stronger and healthier. This shift in thinking helps you approach habits with a more positive attitude. Mindset examples. Think about this. If you're trying to eat healthier, it's easy to think, I have to avoid pizza and ice cream. But if you switch it to, I get to nourish my body with wholesome food, it feels a lot more empowering, doesn't it? Shift to long-term thinking. Finally, remember that building habits is a long-term process. Instead of focusing on short-term rewards, think about who you want to become. This shift in focus will help you stay motivated even when the progress seems slow. Ask yourself, who do I want to be in the next year? All right, now you know that 21 days isn't enough to form lasting habits. But don't worry, you've got this. Start small, create a routine, track your progress, hold yourself accountable, and most importantly, shift your mindset to make it a journey, not a sprint. So, what's the one habit you're going to start today? It doesn't matter how small it is, just get started. The key is consistency, not perfection. Take that first step now. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is right now. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our other motivational content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more tips to help you build the life you want. Keep pushing forward, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care and stay motivated.